10 years time, 5 years time, where'd you see yourself, like your podcast, everything that you're doing now, you're presenting, you're broadcasting?
I mean, let's go TED Talk level. Why
Yeah.
not, right?
Yeah.
If you don't manifest it, you're going to stay in the same place. So set a goal and work towards it. And again, don't be defined by that goal. You might not get there straight away, but you might find something else along the way equally that you enjoy. So take a different turning.
The UK is definitely missing that show. Like in America, you'd go to like, you have a sports bar and there's like, you got college ball playing and you got like, there's this excitement. And you kind of have this energy. You're walking like, this is brilliant. In the UK, we don't have that show where it's like, okay, there's
we're more straight to the point sometimes. I feel like Americans are more flamboyant on the TV side.
Sports, like think of how many sports being played every weekend. Just think in the UK.
Yeah,
at all levels.
A lot.
From ball sports, everything. Why is there not a show that encompasses all of that, talks about it, that like brings them guests on, young talent, like you've all the racing series, like F2, F3, like you only ever hear about your Lewis Hamilton or Mo Farah, or you don't get
a real charismatic show where that just brings every single sport together.
The irony is, when you make it, you get everything. You get your funding, you get your deals. You oh bloody hell, I've made it. Well, I needed this like 20 years ago. Like our sponsor was somebody who allowed us to do it from the beginning. It was their own personal money that did it, but it allowed us to say, well, you're going to give us this. We're going to sign an unwritten contract being like, I'm going to give my everything to make this possible. And that gave me the pressure in my head in a positive way for me to make sure I would become number one in the world, because I know it's not just me, it's my team around me that have allowed me that opportunity.
Did you have to set goals like AJ saying then he wanted to become number one in the world, he knew what he had, he wanted to get there and do that, and he became that? Did you have goals throughout your snowboarding? Did you like, I want to hit that, then hit that,
always.
or that trick and then that trick? And
Always. It's
how did you keep yourself motivated? Obviously you loved it and enjoyed it, so that helps.
For me, it was as simple as having a diary and opening it up, and it's a blank canvas with a scale, almost like a ladder, and you have your top range tricks, which you can already do, but they're hard to access.
Yeah.
So it's about working out how to make those top range skills accessible, and that's working at the middle level of the scale more consistently, which requires more work, but that makes that top level skill set more accessible and easier. And once you've then accessed that, it's then about thinking, okay, well, where else could I take this trick? So let's use the cab double, for example. So if you imagine skiing, let's use skiing, backwards down the hill, hitting a jump backwards, doing a 180 into a double backflip. So I was very
casually said that.
I was very good at the single version of that. So my goal to be able to do the cab double was to do as many singles as possible in all different shapes and sizes, in all different conditions, on every single type of jump, to the point where it became I was bored. And boredom allows more freedom within the mind. So the more bored you are at a certain level, you're then ready, and it's a feeling of excitement about taking the next step rather than it being fear. If you're not well practiced, that top range level is purely fear. So you need to become bored at what you can already do to open up the next level. It's like a game.
Yeah, and you're saying become bored because then you literally do not have to think about that one time that you're
Plus
doing
you feel you've got all the time in the world when you've done it so many times. You're like, okay, one spin, cool. Well, I need to do 2 or 3 to at least like get
to
the
think
heart rate
again
up.
And actually, absolutely. That's what I'd always think in the dance when we're doing stuff. If we were doing one turn, it would be trying to get that turn until, like you said, you don't have to think about that turn. Let's make it 2 turns now. Don't think about it. Let's make it 3 turns. Oh crap, that's quite hard now.
It's crazy, isn't it? The scale of progression. So goal setting, without a doubt.
Do you do it through your life as well now and everything, day-to-day stuff?
Yeah. Mine's like less complicated even. It's as simple for me as getting up and moving. Like, movement fuels me. It makes me feel good, and I set myself a target each day of doing something. And occasionally I'll have a day where I don't exercise. That's quite rare for me.
You need to sometimes,
because movement makes me feel good. I don't have to punish myself. I don't have to absolutely thrash myself in the gym. I just know that if I've created that space, that time, that's my sacred time that I own.
What's the average day of Amy look like then? This is a hard one because I do know, like being in the public eye and doing different TV programs, our lives are very up and down. Sometimes we have a free day. Sometimes
I feel like I need to ask Kurt this question. Kurt, what's your average day?
Well, we'll get to mine in
honestly,
a minute.
I feel like you vanished for a certain amount of hours. I'm like, have you done anything today? Have you ticked them boxes?
Yeah,
but yeah, sorry, back to you,
things.
Amy.
Yeah,
it's a little therapy session going on here.
I think it as you said, it really, really varies. So, for example, today I got up at 6 a.m., which was quite early. I got a run in because I knew I was coming here early to podcast.
Hence why I've had them 2.5 coffees. Yeah.
Before a photo shoot. But that photo shoot is a real mixture of stuff that I will be doing for brands. Also, part of it will be manifesting things that I'd like to do with brands. So it's a combination of fitness, presenty profile shots, and within that we're also going to get some action, obviously. So we're going on a boat, we're going wake surfing, and then my downtime will be this afternoon where I will play my newfound love, which is paddle tennis. And AJ is actually joining us for that.
Ooh, paddle friends. Yeah, you two are.
We are paddle friends, Curtis, and I love it.
I haven't joined in yet. I have been to one game AJ took me, actually, to be fair. I very much enjoyed it. It was good fun.
Whereas tomorrow, it's going to be a lot of editing, reaching out to guests for my podcast, prepping for my day of podcasting. And then my day of podcasting can take me all over London. So I'm in Peckham, back to Chiswick, all over. So each day varies, and that's where it's so important as a freelancer, I have found, to create my own time within that. So today my own time was my 6:30 a.m. run and my paddle tennis this evening, because otherwise it's very easy to be consumed by the job and constantly feeling like you have to be on it. You have to be chasing the next thing.
Yeah.
Because you are only as good as your last job. I'm a firm believer of that. So owning your time, I think, is so important, and you have to carve it out.
And make sure you have some fun. Like you said, your paddleball, your run, whatever it is. That keeps you motivated. I absolutely agree with that. I think every day everybody out there should do one thing that they truly love. Just that, no matter what it is, even if it's a tiny little thing, try and do that each day, and that'll just resettle you, reground you, and make you be able to work through whatever it is that you're doing that day.
Even if it's literally just going to your local coffee shop,
sitting
there, having a nice coffee, and it's a moment for you. If that serves you, then that's what you should do.
And I do actually love that, to be fair. Sometimes a little coffee on your own. Just relaxing, doing nothing.
I'll do the paddle together. Just before we do come on to the book, Curtis, I want to ask one question more to do with the snowboarding career, like a hard question in itself, being very competitive.
Before you hit that, did you ever meet Sean White?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, so
I recently interviewed him for Ski Sunday.
That was like the first person which I knew in snowboarding.
On the video games.
He is a magnetic personality, and he truly is everything that you see. He's a beautiful soul and such a great representative of our sport.
Yeah. Go on, Sean White.
A little shout out there. Okay. On that note, no, I was going to ask, within your snowboarding career, like, do you feel like you achieved everything you wanted to? I know, because like the career's kind of gone now. It's kind of like, it's a hard question, because I still have a handful of competitions that I was like, okay, I didn't specifically get the exact thing I wanted on that one. Somebody who kind of
that's a really good question.
Shelves it or doesn't shelve it?
It's a great question, because it was funny yesterday. We were actually playing paddle tennis, and somebody came up to me. She's just like, I love you. I love everything you're about. And I was like, what part? You know, because there's two parts.
Yeah.
Is it the...
You've got so many different facets.
Is it the hunted, the snowboarding, the book?
We haven't even gone hunted. Jesus.
And she's like, no, the snowboarding, you're just amazing. You're incredible. Congratulations on winning gold. And I'm like, wow, isn't it insane? Like that somehow I have created this aura because I shared my passion and love for what I did. People think that I am a gold medal winning Olympian, and I'm not. My snowboarding career didn't end the way it could have done, or the way I would have liked it to have done. But I left snowboarding at the right time, and I felt like I left it when I was ready to leave it. And that is because I fell out of love with it. I was totally consumed by fear. The minute you know and can recognize that, it's time to leave.
Yeah.
And I can tell you why I left. It's because I'd found a new passion, and that passion was broadcast. And I feel so lucky and so gifted to have found something I like equally, if not more so, that fulfills me on every level, that I have no skeletons in the closet. You know when people are like, oh yeah, but do you not miss it? Not at all. I did it.
Yeah.
I lived out my dream. I went to 2 Olympics. If you told me when I was 12 I was going to be able to have a career as an Olympian, I would never have believed it. I surpassed every single goal that I had or imagined I could have ever had. The girl next door from Kent that started on dry slope is now a 2-time Olympian, competed at the X Games, interviewed Shaun White, like snowboarded for Red Bull, got sponsored by Jeep. This is not normal stuff, and I recognize that.
Yeah.
That was normal for me, and I freaking loved every single moment of it. But there was a point at which I decided I'm scared and I'm done. And I'm happy to now come away from snowboarding.
It's hard for you to admit that.
And just enjoy it. And enjoy it for what it is. Snowboarding isn't solely competition. Snowboarding is a creative outlet for expression. And it's something that can be enjoyed on every level. I now have taken my best mate snowboarding. And we can go and cruise around and stop, and I can enjoy it. I don't have to hurl myself off a 30-meter jump and throw myself upside down twice. I don't have to do that anymore. But I've done it. And I can honestly say I'm so happy I have done it. But I'm so happy to leave it where it is, park it, and enjoy the other things that life has to offer. Because there is more to life than being defined by one moment.
Yeah, there is actually. I 100% agree to that.
It's not me. It's not who I am.
Yeah.
I will always be a snowboarder, but I am not just a snowboarder.
I think that's really important. Like, people always ask, like, oh, the British question is, what do you do for a living? It's like, whatever I say in that one sentence, what I do for it, like, defines you. It's like, well, I do a lot of things, to be honest, and I'm back and forward with a lot of other perspectives. Like, you don't want that to be that one thing that represents you. Just before you go anywhere, we just want to say thank you very much to listen to Freedom Impact Trust. We love your reviews, so please do leave them because it helps other people find us, doesn't it, Curtis?
Yes, it does. As AJ said, comment, like, subscribe, share it with a friend, share it with the entire world. Let everybody know that this is the podcast that you guys are listening to, and jot down some comments of any financial advice that you want or any questions. We'll be happy to answer all of them at the best of our knowledge. Thanks again for listening, guys. We hope you've enjoyed it, and we love you all. Yeah,
we just want to thank our sponsors, FINT, the financial investment app, where you can invest from as little as £50 a month. Yes, Curtis, £50 a month. So easy.
I like it. And don't forget that it's all within 3 portfolios. Simplicity. It's easy. Get investing, guys.
Have a great day.
See you later.